Hi everyone, Simon Keeling here, Wednesday the 14th of November. Thanks again for watching weatherweb.net. Of course, the site's all kept free of charge by the adverts around the screen and by you coming back and using the site, and also by you using Twitter and Weather School. That's how we're kept free of charge, so thank you for doing that, thank you for using the adverts, and thank you for coming back to the site. Kicking off today, just looking at the total rainfall over the next week, and you can see how it's heavily weighted, look, towards the west of the UK, with more eastern areas tending to stay on the drier side. Now I say drier, but you know, we've still got sort of 10 to 15 millimetres of rain expected during the course of the week, but there's no doubt about it, it's the west of the country that sees most of it, with sort of 60-70 millimetres for parts of southwest Wales, and perhaps 80 millimetres plus across the western parts of Scotland. So there is rain around, but most of it is out towards the west. Now this is the chart from today. Got a nice ridge of high pressure in across England and Wales just at the moment. It's that's keeping things generally dry, but pretty cloudy across much of England and Wales, although there are some breaks just coming through. Got a front affecting southern Scotland and also Ireland. That front bringing outbreaks of rain, and really that front hangs around through this afternoon and through the course of this evening into tonight too, although it does slip a little bit further south during tonight, bringing thicker cloud to northern England and central Ireland. Drizzle here. I think down to the south we're looking at it being generally quite murky, quite cloudy, some mist and some fog and bits and pieces of drizzle on the hills. Probably clearer skies for northern and eastern parts of Scotland, and generally dry. Now, through Thursday, high pressure still holding on in the south. I think the problem to the south on Thursday really is going to be one of mist and fog. It looks as if there are going to be some mist and fog patches around with such a light flow. It's exactly what you'd expect to see. The question mark is over whether there's too much cloud tonight to enable those to form, but I think there will be some pretty dense ones around during tomorrow morning. They'll lift slowly through the day, and there will be fairly cloudy but some breaks developing. Cloud and some outbreaks of rain across Ireland and across northwest England. Across Scotland, too much wind, southwesterly picking up. That brings some good bright spells, particularly over eastern areas, more cloud always out towards the west. And then through Thursday evening, overnight, bits of drizzle and outbreaks of rain, Northern Ireland, Northern England. More persistent rain you'll notice coming into northwestern parts of Scotland. For England and Wales though, again I think probably some mist and murk developing, some fog patches in places too. For Friday morning, that leads us on to more persistent rain coming into western Scotland and also western Ireland. That slips its way southeastwards through the afternoon on Friday, breaching northern England and Wales as well as southwest England. But I think central and eastern areas probably staying dry, with a fog lifting into lower cloud and then that breaking to give some bright spells. I just stress that not everywhere is going to be foggy through England and Wales. There's just going to be some dense fog patches around, and it's something we just need to be aware of. I think following into the west of Scotland, western Ireland, we get a mix of sunshine and also some showers. Now then, through Saturday, rain will be clearing away from southeastern parts of England during Saturday afternoon. Behind that, we get the proper clearance of the mist and fog, but we do get strong winds and cooler weather coming in into western Scotland and western parts of Ireland. I think some pretty hefty showers as well following in. Through Sunday, we're going to be seeing low pressure tracking towards the north of Scotland. Pretty breezy through Scotland, risk of gales in the north and west. Sunshine and showers affecting western coasts. Most other areas, though, brighter and also dry, perhaps with an early frost. But watch this area of low pressure southwest of Ireland. So this takes us into Sunday evening, and just notice that gets absorbed into the second area of low pressure coming in. What it does though is it leaves behind its rain across southern Ireland, Wales, southwestern parts of England. Across northern parts of Scotland, we've got some showers coming through. These showers turning wintry over the hills of the Highlands and in parts of the Grampians. It's this that I've been tweeting about, really, just showing you those snow forecasts of accumulated snow across the Highlands. And then as we head in towards Monday of next week, where we find this low tracking its way northwards, it takes heavy periods of rain with it, look, affecting mainly western areas of the country. This is this idea of this heavier rain getting into the west, look, through Scotland, through western Wales, southwest England, parts of eastern Ireland, but drier towards the east, although there could be some rain here, but these strong southerly winds reaching gale force, particularly out towards the west. Then we find rain clearing its way eastwards into Tuesday, and then as we head in towards Wednesday, we find a second area of rain moving into Ireland, western parts of Wales, southwest England as well, with strong winds. I think further east we're probably going to find an area of rain coming up from the continent too. That affects southeast England and East Anglia, but it should clear out towards the east. Now, what this is quite interesting is that this is now falling in line with the ECMWF. This is the start of the potential of cold weather coming through after about the 23rd. Let me show you. This is the GFS ensemble, and it's the temperature prediction for London for the next 16 days. And what it does is it shows these red colours here. Look, these top temperatures getting into around 11s and 12s, so feeling fairly mild. But then look what happens. You see this fall off in temperatures after about the 23rd, and it ends up by we got maximum temperatures of sort of 5s and 6s by the end of the month. Now again, I stress this is not cold, okay? This is not a sharp winter outbreak, snow and everything else. This is getting into a cooler spell of weather. I wouldn't rule out the risk of snow over high ground, but it's cooler weather, and the GFS ensemble and the ECMWF have both been seeing this now for some time. And if you just look at let's say Manchester, same sort of pattern there. Look, this fall off in temperature. Note it's not settled, still got outbreaks of rain around. And let's take a look at Birmingham, same sort of pattern there, fall off in temperature after the 23rd. Cardiff, exactly the same. Look, this is a fall off in temperature. And if we take a look further north, if we get up to let's say Glasgow, fall off in temperature once again. So there's this overall pattern of this decreasing temperature. And looking at the NAO, this is the North Atlantic Oscillation Index. The blue line here is what we're interested in. You see how it's forecast just to go into more neutral territory, and it's this having been positive over the last few days. Look, it's just slipping down into this neutral territory. So that's showing us that the westerlies across the Atlantic generally weakening, and that puts us in the position for becoming cooler. But I think what's going to happen is the jet slips further south. So this is the ensemble chart then for the 22nd, and we've got a trough here. Look at 500 millibars. We've got low pressure north of Scotland, quite a strong southwesterly flow effect in the country. Now watch what happens as we get into the 23rd, 24th period. Low pressure still north of Scotland. We get this flow coming in from the north or northwest, and it's that flow there that brings this gradual drain into cooler conditions, and it just sticks in this north and northwesterly flow throughout as we head towards the end of the month, although we do start to see the signs of a ridge building in the Atlantic by the end of the forecast period. But that in itself could lend us into cooler conditions, because as this ridge builds in the Atlantic, so what we'll find is the flow turning increasingly north and northwesterly, so we stay in this cool flow. But again, I'm stressing this is not cold. This is not an outbreak of major winter blizzard conditions. This is just temperatures getting cooler, and it's been on the cards for some time. Of course, we'll monitor it for you. I'll muse about it through the site. You can read Twitter. I'll tweet about it if you follow me at Weather School, and also on Facebook. Look for Weather School too. So thanks again for watching. Remember, we're kept free by the adverts around the screen and by you coming back and using the site regularly, using the charts, etc. That's what keeps it free of charge. So for now, thanks for watching, and keep the sun shining.